The first computer I got was a Color Computer 1 that my father had gotten on clearance from Radio Shack. It had 16 kilobytes of memory, and everything I would type in would be gone when I turned it off. I remember doing a breakout game that I kept the computer on for a couple days, and I was so impressed with what I could do with this. Initially I got a cassette recorder, then I got a Color Computer 2, a disk drive from Tandy, then a Color Computer 3, a CM8 monitor, a Disto 2 controller, a hard drive for a little while until it crashed, but the access to a modem, and I had a CompuServe for a moment. Let's talk about my first programming with the Color Computer 3. In August of 1987, Rainbow published Shoot Range in their games issue. A friend of mine had told me they had seen my program in this magazine, and they laughed at the fact that there were happy or square happy faces on the screenshot. I indicated to him, well, of course, this shows some of it, but not the whole game. And what I really liked about doing with the graphics of Coco3 is the color palette I had. I thought it'd be great if I had a happy face that would frown and turn brown when you shot it, and that's what my program does. One of the nicer things I knew about the Color Computer 3 was being able to edit in 40 columns. I wasn't necessarily attracted to 80 columns yet, but I really liked how 40 columns looked on my CM8 monitor. Not only was I considering it easier to read, but I definitely appreciated that it could do lowercase, which I did in the comment title of my program. One of the things I also noticed about using Color Computer 3 Extended Color Basic was that how fast it could deal with get put blocks on a graphics screen. I had dealt with get put blocks on a Coco2 and had a lot of fun with that, making games like I called Rescue Mission and Jetpack Pilot 2. On my Jetpack Pilot 2, if you look, there actually is a Jetpack Pilot in Rainbow. I extended that program to actually have moving objects on the screen that you would have to avoid as well. And I loved how it worked, but it was kind of slow. Something that really improved with the Color Computer 3 is how fast it did get put buffers. When I first started working with the get put buffers on the Color Computer 3, I saw how when you got an image block and you put it back, if you put it at a height that was less than the height that you had gotten, it would simply truncate the image. And I started to fool around with that, and I saw how you could actually lift and shrink images out of a ground per se, of the background, with this technique. What I would do is I would draw the square happy face, and when I got the block, I'd actually get the green background line at the top. When the targets are first added to the screen, it starts with just a 1 pixel of that image block it got, and then it actually does a for loop, which you will see on line 720, and it will raise it. And if you look here, I also had a little bit of a play sound to put in there to have a little sound that was raising, and also I had a for loop when it actually was lowering. I love this. I mean, the sounds were working faster. I had the high-speed poke in there, sped it up a little bit, and the get put blocks were a lot quicker and a lot more seamless. Let's see this in action. I had also taken my Color Computer 3 and hooked it to the family color TV set to get the right color palette for composite. I believe I knew there was one that was listed in the Rainbow magazine, but I figured I wanted to do it for myself just to get it as accurate as possible. I'm not doing good with this. Alright, let's try it again. I think I would have done better with the Coco mouse on a Coco than on my laptop. I actually got a caller from Australia who called me about this game, and I was impressed that someone out of the country had played it and liked it enough to call me. I was also on the I'm not gonna make this. I'm not fast enough. I was also on the Rainbow High Score for a couple years after this program was published. That was my extended color basic programming I did on the Color Computer 3. The next thing I started working with was OS9 Level 2, and then Multiview, and a little graphics program I created called Cloud9.